Welcome children. Today's worksheet number 50, atoms and molecules. In this worksheet we will discuss about chemical combination, laws of chemical combination. Gyan, how are compounds formed from elements? Can they be formed by just mixing the elements together? Jigyasa Didi, no. Compounds are formed only by chemical reaction or combination of elements. These reactions are governed by certain principles which are called as law of chemical combination. So, compounds are formed when two or more than two elements are chemically combined together, and these reactions are governed by certain principles. These principles are called laws of chemical combination. Here we will learn about two laws of chemical combination. First law is law of conservation of mass, and second law is law of constant proportion. First law of conservation of mass. According to this law, mass can neither be created or nor be destroyed during a chemical reaction. It can't be created and it can't be destroyed during chemical reaction. This law is called law of conservation of mass. Explanation is given to you. Mass can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. In a chemical reaction, the sum of masses of the reactant is always equal to the sum of masses of the product. Here the example is given to you. A is a substance or chemical compound. When reacts with compound B, it forms C and D. Mass of A is 4 gram while the mass of B is 10 gram. So total mass of reactants will be 14, while products C and D, mass of C is 2.5 while the mass of D is 11.5. When we add these two, we will get 0.14. So in a chemical reaction, sum of masses of reactant is always equal to the sum of masses of products. The elements which form a compound will always react in the same proportion of their masses irrespective of its origin or method of formation. Now, first of all, we will learn the law of definite proportion. Law of constant proportion. What is this law? According to this law, in a chemical substance or compound, the elements are always present in definite proportions by mass. The elements which form a compound will always react in the same proportion of their masses, irrespective of its origin or method of formation. They always present in the same proportion of their mass. A compound is always formed from the same elements everywhere. Suppose here the example is given to you of water. So we will discuss this example. For the formation of water, hydrogen and oxygen always reacts in the constant proportion of their masses and in the ratio of 1:8. Like 1 gram of hydrogen will always react with 8 gram of oxygen to produce 9 gram of water. Similarly, 2 gram of hydrogen will react only with 16 gram of hydrogen, 16 gram of oxygen, whatever be the amount of oxygen is available, to produce 18 gram of water. Similarly, the ratio of masses of carbon dioxide carbon and oxygen to produce carbon dioxide is 3:8. Always 3:8 ratio of carbon and oxygen in carbon dioxide, while and the ratio of mass of nitrogen and hydrogen to produce ammonia is always 14:3. Formula of ammonia is NH3, while the formula of carbon dioxide is CO2. Now we will discuss question answer. State the two laws of chemical combination. So you have to write the two laws of chemical combination. Here these laws are written for you. First law of chemical combination is law of conservation of mass. Mass can neither be created nor be destroyed during a chemical reaction. And second law of chemical reaction is law of constant proportion. In a chemical compound, the elements are always present in definite proportions by mass. Question number 2. Question number 2 is, can there be a variation in chemical composition of two samples of pure water taken from two different places? Explain. No. In water, the ratio of mass of hydrogen to the mass of oxygen is always 1:8 as per or whatever the source of water is. Question number 3. Question number 3 is, if 3 gram of carbon burns in 8 gram of oxygen to produce 11 gram of carbon dioxide, then how much carbon dioxide will be produced if 12 gram of carbon is burned? If 12 gram of carbon is burned 32 gram of oxygen. So which law of chemical combination will be govern your answer? So if we burn 12 gram of carbon in 32 gram of oxygen, we will get 44 gram carbon dioxide. So 44 gram carbon dioxide will be produced if 12 gram carbon is burnt in 32 gram of oxygen as per law of conservation of mass. Question number 4. Which elements are involved in the formation of ammonia and carbon dioxide? So ammonia, the formula of ammonia is NH3. So elements are involved nitrogen and hydrogen. N for nitrogen, H for hydrogen. Carbon dioxide, formula of carbon dioxide is CO2, and elements involved elements are involved in the formation of carbon dioxide is carbon and oxygen. Formula is CO2. Thanks for watching.